All right, everybody knows, of course, Barack Obama saved the auto industry. We know that, right? I mean, there's no doubt about it. The ads on TV, cut 642, the ads on TV, they all tell us that.
The auto industry was crashing down. I was scared to death. I had a newborn baby, wife, house, and I got laid off. I wasn't sure what I was going to do.
Under the President's Auto Rescue Plan, the industry restructured, saving over 1 million jobs.
Obama stuck his neck out for us, the auto industry. He wasn't going to let it just die, and I'm driving in this morning because of that, because of him.
I'm Barack Obama, and I approve this message.
That is so, wow, saving over 1 million, that's a lot of jobs. So that's over $80 billion we spent on the bailout, and it was all money well invested. $80 billion in taxpayer dollars. And I think that's fantastic.
The other option was to do absolutely nothing and let these companies fail. And you will recall there were some politicians who said we should do that.
Who are those?
Some even said we should let Detroit go bankrupt. You remember that?
You know what? I know people who went bankrupt before, and they die. They die. It's awful.
Really?
Oh, yeah. It's worse than any kind of cancer. You don't know that?
I didn't know that, no.
It's when you go bankrupt,
you just
there is no
You're
recovery.
dead?
You're dead. If companies, you know how many airline companies have gone bankrupt, filed Chapter 11?
Yeah, quite a
all
few.
of the employees die.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's instantly.
Instantly, it's
As
bad.
soon as it goes to court.
Or wait a minute, hang on just a second. Or it doesn't shut things down. You just restructure and then you open the doors back up again. I'm trying to remember which one. It's either worse than cancer or there's an orderly process to restart the company. I can't remember who. It's probably cancer because that's Mitt Romney's evil plan, right?
Yeah.
Give the workers cancer, I think is it. But Barack Obama was there for the workers. He was. He bailed them out. He saved all those American jobs. He cut the cancer out of everybody who had it. It was, and he did it without a knife. No, there's no scar. It's just healed. You don't have cancer. It's amazing. So he saved all those American jobs, or were they somebody else's jobs? I'm not. Let me go to the GM CEO, Dan Ackerson, because he was talking about this as well. And remember, the $80 million you sent to save American jobs. Here's Dan, the CEO. The GM CEO in. I think this is a town in Ohio. I've not been there before, but I believe this is a little town in Ohio called Beijing.
Almost 7 out of every 10 automobiles, 7 out of 10 of our vehicles were made outside the United States. We have 11 joint ventures in China with SAIC and FAW. We operate 11 assembly plants in China, 4 powertrain plants in 8 cities across the country. We regard our 11 joint ventures as 11 keys to success, not just in China, but globally. Our commitment to working in China, with China, for China, remains strong and focused on the future.
That is.
We're now building out the Advanced Technology Center, which will bring our research and development
in Akron.
That is centered largely in the United States. We're going to diversify that more into China because we think this market is so critically important to the success of our company.
Okay. Well, he's creating jobs, and that's what we want to focus on here. I mean, I know you're just as excited as I am after hearing, that you gave $80 billion of your hard-earned money to save those American jobs. The GM remains committed to working in China, with China, and for China. And that commitment remains strong and focused. Woo! That's a relief when I heard that. It was great. I mean, how many of us, honestly, have been tossing and turning? Is GM committed to China? Are they going to be working with China and working for China with our money? I was tossing and turning. What's their commitment level? Are they really in? 7 out of 10 cars are now made in China and not the United States, and I think that's great. But what about 8? Can we make 8 out of 10 cars in China? Because that is really wonderful, really wonderful. Now, why are they making them in China? Well, because you can get cheap labor. You can get cheap labor. But we've got the labor unions here, and workers of the world unite. It's not just a slogan anymore. It's the way we're all going to have to be. One world global order. I love that. And we're committed. Well, I mean, you may not be committed for China. You don't get up in the morning. Not everybody does. I, of course, do. Pat, you do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Stu, you get up and you're like, I am committed to working with and for.
And
China.
in, if possible. In China.
If possible.
Well, I don't think we're going to. But if somebody else could do this broadcast instead of us in China.
If we could outsource this,
it'd be
3
great.
of these jobs to China, that'd be awesome.
And by the way, Barack Obama's commitment to the bailout is also strong. This is the president who continues to accuse Mitt Romney of outsourcing jobs to China. The president is committed to China. He's committed to Brazil. We're going to be Brazil's biggest oil customer. We're shutting down our oil, but he's made that commitment. He's committed to Brazil. Mitt Romney's accused by this president of outsourcing jobs in a company that he wasn't even running at the time. Meanwhile, we're hemorrhaging jobs to China, Mexico, and believe it or not, under this president, hemorrhaging jobs to Iceland. And I think of Iceland, I think of nothing. Irritating? Yes. But the truth is on our side. And I have to tell you something. The truth will set us free from this oppressive administration. Because make no mistake, this president is an anti-colonialist president. He believes we are the oppressor of the world. And so he will oppress us in favor of the rest of the country and the rest of the world. And you know